miss the biggest nights in MMA.
We are now set for the main event.
Ronaldo with the shot. Let's go.
Where's the greats?
Champions of the world.
There's all to play for, which is so exciting. These teams have to come in here and give it their all.
Have a real nice tempo. Goes baseline, watch out.
Oh, my! Oh, baby! All the way down the runway for a big-time throwdown.
Oh, that's a lot of fans out there.
Look at that! The drama keeps continuing, Shelly.
This is just brilliant.
He strikes. Starts as you mean to go on.
But this is the danger of the top two guys, and that nuclear weapon that is.
Oh, hello, goodbye. Score! In the back of the net.
And shoots. Score!
Of Serie A action. We'll bring you so much of it here on the Zone.
Magnificent. That is tremendous.
Catching up on any NFL game is easier than ever before.
Going deep for it all. Devontae Smith. He has got it. Touchdown.
Your Eagles are world champions again.
The Zone is the home of boxing.
Really spurs you on, gets you going.
Let's make history. Pure power. There's no way back from this, surely.
The following program is recommended for those 16 and over, as it contains sporting violence, possible bad language, and flashing imagery.
We welcome you inside the world's most famous arena. It's Madison Square Garden. We're getting set for yet another stacked ring card. It's Ring 6, Saturday night. Teofimo Lopez versus Shakur Stevenson in the main event. But before they walk the walk, they got to talk the talk, right? That's why we're here. It's the official press conference, and it starts next, right here on DAZN.
New York City. We're here, baby. What are New Yorkers doing while the whole world is sleeping? In Brooklyn, they're probably starting a fight.
Going for the kill.
Here's the takeover, man. We don't stop. We keep coming. Newark, right across the river. Close enough to share the same skyline. Where names learned to rise before the world watched.
Shakur Stevenson fast becoming a superstar.
Same tournaments, different gyms. Same proving ground.
Newark against Brooklyn, 2 generational fights.
So close, but yet so far. Till now.
I think he just don't realize how good I am. This is why we're here. We're here to take over.
These are the fights that the people want to see. The best versus the best. Teofimo Lopez versus Shakur Stevenson at Madison Square Garden.
And we welcome you to the city that never sleeps, but I bet a lot of people are still laying in bed just trying to keep warm after frigid temperatures have hit the Northeast, well over a foot of snow too. But hey, we roll on. We're staying nice and toasty right here inside the world's most famous arena, the mecca of sports and entertainment. We're at the theater at Madison Square Garden, getting set for the press conference for the Ring 6 fight card. My name is Todd Grisham. He is Ring Magazine's ultimate insider, Mike Coppinger. And this, of course, the former junior middleweight champion of the world, Sergio Mora. And Mike, this is a fight that these guys have been circling each other for years. We never thought we might see it, but we have, as Shakur moves up to 140 pounds to challenge the champ Teofimo Lopez. Where do you see Lopez right now in his career?
Look, Ty, we know the Lopez, right? He's up, he's down, but right now he's up. I thought he looked really good against Arnold Barboza Jr. in May in Times Square, and he showed why he's one of the best fighters in the world. That explosive first step, the athleticism, the movement, the angles. So, again, Teofimo inconsistent, but always when he fights the best opposition, whether that was Lomachenko or Josh Taylor, he delivers his best, and I expect his best on Saturday night.
Sergio, the last time we saw Teofimo Lopez, it was right here in New York City. He took on Arnold Barboza Jr. What did you make of that performance?
I thought he looked great. I mean, Barboza was undefeated. He was a newly crowned champion. He had a good in and out style. So Barboza's the type of guy that you could look bad against because he has a really good jab and good footwork. But Teofimo shined because whenever Teofimo's on point and the footwork is there, the unorthodox style is there. He knows how to attack you from the side. He knows how to flank you. So this man, when he is firing on all cylinders, he's so hard to beat, just like he did against Arnold Barboza, who was motivated in this fight. But what motivated Teofimo is a dangerous Teofimo.
Well, he's taken on a man who's very tough to hit, perhaps one of the best pound-for-pound fighters in the world. Mike, a lot of fighters talk about how good they are. Shakur looking to prove how great he is. His legacy is on the line here as he chases another world title.
Yeah, look, I give Shakur a lot of credit because to fight a guy like Teofimo Lopez in your first fight at a new weight class, we've seen guys like Bruce Ennis, right? They want the warm-up fight at the new weight. Shakur's going right against the best, the Ring Magazine champion at 140, Teofimo. And don't forget, right, Shakur is a great defensive fighter, rangy, tall. But Teofimo Lopez is the more athletic fighter in there, and he has that explosive first step that we mentioned.
Well, his last fight was certainly explosive against William Zepeda. We didn't want that Tom and Jerry stuff, Sergio. And for the most part, he stood right in front of this tough Mexican and kind of beat him at his own game in times.
Hey, listen, man, I was so impressed with this fight. I mean, Zepeda was known for throwing over 1,000 punches in a fight, 100 per round. Shakur dominated. This is the Shakur that everybody wants to watch, that's been asking for. He was aggressive. He didn't really run around the ring. He didn't box as much as he used to. He planted his feet, laid the law down. He was landing some good shots against a tough Mexican. That's the Shakur we want to see. No Tom and Jerry like everyone else was saying. This was straight lion of Shakur.
All right, let's talk about a couple other fights on the card as we await the fighters coming on stage here. And we have a stacked card from top to bottom. You know we say that all the time, but Sergio will vouch for this. This is not just a good card, it's a great card.
No, this is a great card because, look, we're getting the right matchups. Carlos Adames against a young, power-punching southpaw. We know that Adames' first loss against Teixeira was a southpaw. That's an excellent matchup. Keyshawn Davis, Jermaine Ortiz. Stylistically, that's going to be a difficult fight. We're going to see what Keyshawn has. But, of course, that main event, what can you say? East Coast is in the house.
Yeah, I can't wait to see big baby Jarrell Miller back in action either. But let's talk about that co-main event. Keyshawn Davis. There's no other way to describe it. His last outing was a disaster as he missed weight. The fight got called off. Where do you see him right now as he goes up in a weight class to take on Jermaine Ortiz?
Yeah, Todd, I mean, it's definitely fair to say it was a really turbulent year for Keyshawn, but he's one of the most talented young fighters in the entire sport. We know that. We saw him knock out Dennis Branchuk here to win that first title in February of last year. And again, he's an explosive puncher, very athletic, fast hands. A lot of people think he could be one of the best pound-for-pound fighters in the world, but he has to be disciplined and focused. He missed weight at 135 pounds. You know, he had an incident after the fight where Nahir Albright was attacked, and now he's moving up to 140 and taking on a really tough customer. Jermaine Ortiz gave both Lomachenko and Teofimo all they could handle.
Jermaine Ortiz is a championship spoiler. That's what I call him. This man has only lost to world champions, but he doesn't get stopped. He doesn't get knocked out. He knows how to use the distance. So he's a master of range, and he has long arms. He has pretty good pop to get the respect of fighters. And like I said, this is the type of guy that can make you look bad if you're not on your P's and Q's and is on point.
Well, let's talk about big baby Jarrell Miller. I mentioned his name. He's taking on Kingston eBay. He's one of those guys that he can talk better than almost any fighter in the world. At times, he shows flashes of brilliance in the ring, but he might be a little bit too long in the tooth against Andy Cruz. He looked so-so. What do you make of him in his career right now?
Look, Jermell Miller, I think he's underachieved, really. He's a very talented fighter. He's very underrated, I think. Volume puncher, a guy that comes in usually overweight. I think he's better at like 285, 290. And yes, against Andy Ruiz, and I think it was in August of 2024. I thought he won that fight. I was ringside. It was a controversial draw, but that was a great action fight. And Jarrell Miller, really, inactivity has been his biggest foe, and of course, a couple of PED suspensions. But if he's focused, great action fighter, and even better talker.
Andy Ruiz, not Andy Cruz. Andy Cruz is about 200 pounds lighter.
I was about to correct you,
Sergio, do you expect any problems for Jarrell Miller in this fight against eBay?
You know what, man? I was a big fan of Big Baby Miller back when he was undefeated. He was so big, and he had light feet, but he's just disappointed me so many times, over and over and over, that I don't don't know what to expect. I can't really buy too much stock in him. This is do or die for him. He's lucky to be getting this opportunity. I'm glad that he's doing it because he's a New York guy. He can promote the fight. But come on, big baby. You need to do something.
Well, we got a world title on the line as well. Carlos Adames defending against Ammo Austin Williams. Mike, a real big opportunity here for Williams. Maybe his last crack at a middleweight title.
Yeah, again, like Sergio said earlier, Austin Williams, explosive puncher, a southpaw, is still youthful, very athletic guy, always comes in great shape. But in his one big test, Ammo Williams was stopped by Hamza Shiraz, and it wasn't all that competitive. They have the common opponent now, right? Adames had a draw with Shiraz last year. I thought he won, so did everybody else. But if Austin Williams can put it all together, I think he has a chance to pull off the upset.
Adames only has one loss against the tall southpaw in Patrick Teixeira. Ammo Williams is a tall, power-punching southpaw. The difference is Ammo needs more upper body movement. He needs defense. That's something that Carlos Adames brings to the table. He's an overall really talented, good former champion. He's the goods. He has the power. He has the big right hand. I think Ammo's the underdog in this, but it's an excellent, explosive fight.
When you look up and down this card, is there a fighter that's got more pressure on them than anybody else? One guy that just has to perform?
As far as the undercard goes, I think it has to be Keyshawn Davis. You know, we mentioned the kind of year he had where he had a spike cancel, not just a fight, but a homecoming title defense in Norfolk, Virginia, and the incident after the fight. So I think he needs to deliver a big performance. If he can stop Jermaine Ortiz somehow early, do something that Tio and Loma couldn't do, that's a statement.
If he can stop him under 6 rounds, he sends a statement. And I agree with Mike because, you know, he lost his title. You know, he was supposed to have a coming out party. Keyshawn Davis, the businessman, needs to get back to business, to knocking people out, to prove why he was one of the big dogs in any division that he wants to conquer. But Keyshawn Davis is the one that has to shine.
We're waiting on Carlos Adames. That's the only fighter that's not here yet. Speaking of him, maybe alongside Mario Barrios, he's the one champ that's kind of like everyone's like, it's just a matter of time before he loses that strap. When you look at his age and how many fights he's been in, how good is he still at this moment?
I think Carlos Adames is a really good fighter. I mean, I think he's underrated. He, you know, great jab, great movement. He was a top amateur, and early in his career, he didn't look as good because he was fighting at 147. This is a big 160 now. So Carlos Adames, #1 of middleweight in the Ring Magazine rankings, and we were all looking forward to that Janibek fight, a unification. Obviously, Janibek tested positive for a PED, so we don't see what happens there. But I think right now, Adames is the man to beat at 160 pounds.
I really like Adames. He's the type of guy that I would want to avoid his style. I want to avoid that type of style. He's a boxer puncher, really strong. Long jab, big right hand. He just mixes it up really nice. And when he starts digging to the body, that's when he gets the respect of younger fighters. So I really think this is Carlos Adames' second chance at doing something great in the middleweight division. I think he's the goods.
One fighter we haven't talked about is Bruce Shushu Carrington. He's back in action. A fighter that's kind of destined for greatness. Sergio, are you buying what he's selling, or does he need more time to mature in your opinion?
I need to see more of Shushu Carrington. I mean, I like what I see so far. Very talented, undefeated fighter, but he needs to prove more on the big stage. Is he really that guy? Is he really the guy that can carry the main event slot? We know that he has a style like another Brooklyn champion in Richardson Hitchens. He knows how to use the distance. He knows how to keep range. Very smart, high fight IQ, but he doesn't get the knockouts always. He dominates. So that's what I want to see. Can he put into another gear here in New York, here on the big stage? If he can do that here at MSG, the Mecca, that's when it's the Shushu coming out party.
Yeah, I agree with Sergio for rare. You know, rare time. I think, you know, Shushu, the reason why there's so much hype around him, right, is that he has an amazing personality, he has all the charisma in the world, he has the look, and he's from New York. That's why he calls it Shoe York, right? Talented guy, but he has to put it all together. Hasn't fought the best competition. And if he can make a statement, again, Carlos Castro, tough customer, drops Stephen Fulton, and if he can stop him somehow, that's another statement.
Shushu Carrington from New York. Shakur Stevenson from Newark. Yes, from New Jersey. He's been training out in Las Vegas, Nevada, and our DAZN camera crew has exclusive footage.
Nothing else matters. Only separating myself. A lot of these guys nowadays, none of them can say that they are in full weight as a champion. He got a lot of weaknesses though. He's a very good fighter, but I do see a lot of weaknesses. He's not going to correct them overnight. It's going to be the same tier that we didn't see every time before. we're going to come out there trying to perform highly and take advantage of it. Our weaknesses and keep them to myself. No recording, right?
We just got through sparring. We added trying a few new little things, you know what I'm saying? But other than that, it's basically the same thing we've been doing. We changed the strategy, but no camp is never exactly the same. So, yeah, it's just like always. Like, we may try a little bit of this, a little bit of that.
So do I take this and send it straight to Thomas Schreiber? All right. Okay.
One of the best things we have going for us when a person underestimates you, that's lovely. And that ain't the only thing he's underestimating.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, enough of us talking. Let's hear them talking as we go to the dais and Mr. Thomas Schreiber.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the final press conference for the sold out, the Ring 6, Teofimo Lopez versus Shakur Stevenson, this Saturday, January 31st, from the world's most famous arena, Madison Square Garden in New York City. It is all being brought to you by Ring Magazine, Sella, and Eddie Hearn for Matchroom Boxing in association with Bob Arum for Top Rank Incorporated. With a very special thank you to the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia and the custodian of the two holy mosques, King Salman bin Abdulaziz Al Saud, His Royal Highness the Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, and chairman of the General Entertainment Authority and president of the Saudi Boxing Federation, His Excellency Turki Al-Sheikh. We also want to thank our great sponsors, Thomas J. Henry Law Firm, Everlast, Halo, and IFX Payments. A big thanks to those great sponsors. Well, a few reminders, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, this event is sold out, but you can watch it live. It will be broadcasted worldwide exclusively on DAZN. Buy now at DAZN.com. Let's now welcome our Undercard press conference participants. Competing in a 8-round super lightweight contest, let's welcome a native of Ecuador. Now fighting out of Miami, Florida, Kevin Teddy Castillo. From Riyadh, Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, Ziad Zizo Al-Mayouf. Competing in a 10-round heavyweight contest, let's welcome a native of Nigeria. Now fighting out of Phoenix, Arizona, Kingsley, the Black Lion eBay. And from Brooklyn, New York, Jarrell Big Baby Miller.
We back.
Competing in a 12-round contest for the WBC Middleweight Championship of the World. Let's welcome the challenger, fighting out of Palm Beach, Florida, Austin Ammo Williams. And let's welcome the defending world champion from Elías Piña in la República Dominicana, Carlos El Caballo Bronco Adames. Okay. Competing in a 12-round contest for the vacant WBC Featherweight Championship of the World, let's welcome from Ciudad Obregón, Sonora, Mexico, now fighting out of Phoenix, Arizona, Carlos Castro. And we welcome from Brownsville, Brooklyn, New York, Bruce Shoo Shoo Carrington. your co-main event Saturday, 12 rounds in the super lightweight division. Let's welcome from Worcester, Massachusetts, Jermaine the Technician Ortiz. And from Norfolk, Virginia, Keyshawn the Businessman Davis. We also now welcome the CEO of Ring Magazine, Mr. Rick Reno.
Yes, sir, Rick.
And the chairman of Matchroom Sport, Mr. Eddie Hearn. And now we hand things over to your host, Mr. Chris Mannix.
Oh.
Thank you, Todd and Sergio. All right, everyone, welcome to the Undercard press conference for Ring 6 here in New York City. We've got an outstanding main event, as you know about, but this Undercard is good enough to stand alone on its own. 5 fights, 2 world title fights, the return of one of boxing's most well-known heavyweights, and a former 135-pound champion making his debut at 140. So let's jump right in, and I want to start with the most uniquely dressed man here on the dais, the CEO of Ring Magazine, Rick Reno.
Well, you knew better, Chris, than not to start with Eddie. I got my eyes on you, Eddie.
All right, mate.
I want to thank everyone for coming out. And like Chris said, this is a fantastic undercard from top to bottom. I mean, we have Ziyad opening it up. You know, Ziyad was on the cusp of fighting on the Canelo Crawford fight week. A few changes had to get made, and now he gets the dream of fighting at Madison Square Garden in New York City. But Castillo is coming to make that dream a nightmare, and it should be a fun scrap to open things up. Then we got the heavyweights, Jarrell Big Baby Miller. He's been itching to get back into the ring. It's been a long time coming. He wants to get right back into the mix for the big fights, the big names, the world titles. But Kingsley is coming to test him. And, you know, with the heavyweights, they always say one punch can change an entire fight. And then what might be the sleeper tonight, Carlos Adames defending his WBC middleweight title against Ammo Williams. Both of these guys come to fight. Both of these guys love a good scrap. It could be fireworks from the first bell. You know, don't go up for any bathroom breaks during that fight, or any of the fights for that matter. And then we got Bruce Shushu Carrington, who I've been familiar with since he's been 8 years old. Both of us Brooklyn guys. He came up the ranks, and it's almost a fairy tale for any New York fighter to get his first world title fight at Madison Square Garden in New York. But he's got a tough operator in the other corner in Castro, who can fight, who can punch. And Shushu has vowed to be on his A game. He's not overlooking anybody, and it's going to be a very entertaining match. And then we go to the co-feature, the businessman himself, Keyshawn Davis, new year, new weight. He's looking to fast track right to another world title. He's targeting the big names right away. But he's got Jermaine Ortiz in the other corner, and Jermaine is not an easy fight for anybody. You know, Jermaine gave Teo all he could handle. He gave Lomachenko all he could handle. But Keyshawn's vowing to make it easy. He says he doesn't want a decision. He wants to end this in a knockout. Jermaine has a lot to say about that. And that's what's going to make it another entertaining match. And I look forward to seeing everybody on Saturday. Back to you, Chris.
Well, thank you, Rick. This event, of course, co-promoted by Matchroom Boxing, which means Matchroom is back here in Madison Square Garden. Eddie Hearn back here in Madison Square Garden. You've had some memories here over the years, Eddie. Some good, some, you know, not so good. But always big events here at MSG. And you just heard Rick talking about this outstanding undercard. Which of these fights are you the most excited about?
I mean, it's a good question, Chris. I mean, firstly, you talk about good and bad memories. That's what you want. And that's what you get when you come to, for me, the mecca of boxing. It should always be drama. It should always be edgy to see stuff. And, you know, I want to say well done to the Ring and Matchroom team for a completely sold-out event. put on, you know, with the passion and vision of Turki Al-Sheikh. This is something very special. This place is something very special. A lot of fighters get the opportunity to fight in here, in the theatre. And when people say, yeah, I fought at MSG, we know that you only really fought at MSG when you fight in there. And, you know, I see Joel and Sal there as well. A lot of people say to me, dream venue for boxing. It's always Madison Square Garden. And, you know, we're very lucky. This is a sport now where there are so many opportunities for fighters, so much money being injected into the sport, and that should always be a priority for fighters. But let me tell you one thing that should also be a priority. Legacy, dreams, and memories. And all of you guys sitting up here, you know, you can go down the table. Jarrell Miller, my old mate down there, had a chance to fight here on June the 1st, 2019. A lot has been said, a lot of water under the bridge, but this is an emotional return for him back to big-time boxing at this venue.
Yes, sir.
You know, I look at Carlos Adames, a great world champion, and to my left, Amo Williams, a guy that turned professional with matchroom boxing. Could not sit here any prouder of Amo Williams. Everything that he's been through, the ups and downs, has led him to the moment where he can win that incredible green and gold belt at Madison Square Garden on Saturday night. And nothing would make me prouder than to see Amo Williams do that. Carlos Castro against Shushu. Shushu, you guys, Keyshawn, Shakur, you're all from the same school, Richardson. How much did it mean to you when you were growing up to win that WBC world title and to do it at Madison Square Garden, right?
And it'll mean the world to me. You know, this is a long time coming, so we here.
Thank you. I was in my flow, but we'll come back to you in a minute.
Okay. Okay, my bad. I thought you was asking me in a moment, but no, I'm excited.
You know, listen, I don't even... Shushu, I don't even represent you, and I'm so excited for you, because I know, and you should always remember when you walk through those gym doors, as a kid coming up through USA Boxing, what you would have done to have an opportunity like this on Saturday night, right? Keyshawn, you're a great fighter, man. You've been through your ups and downs as well. You come straight back into a fight like this. Crazy fight. This guy can really, really fight. But again, for you, you're the businessman. You're all about the big stage. You're going to walk out in front of 20,000 at Madison Square Garden on Saturday night. And it's so good to see you smiling again and back. And for our partners at DAZN, I couldn't be even more proud of you. We came to this market 6 years ago. I was sitting down with fighters, and we were being ridiculed about fighting on an app. These people were saying, no, Eddie, streaming's just not going to happen. Now we sit as the global home of boxing. We've got World Championship boxing in Newcastle on Saturday night. Josh Kelly against Mertz Aliyev, flowing into an unbelievable night for DAZN subscribers at Madison Square Garden. The unrivaled global home of boxing. And this card on Saturday night is a card that should not be missed. And the main event, you've got two of the sport's greatest talents. Prime v prime, pound for pound v pound for pound. This is what makes this sport great. So on Saturday night, take a deep breath, look around, you guys, embrace the moment. You've got opportunities to win world titles, and to one day, when hopefully you're sitting in your big mansion with stacks of money, you can sit in that TV room with your belts on the wall and go, I did that at Madison Square Garden. And I'm jealous. I want to be you, right? So enjoy it. Let's all have a great night. Tune in live on DAZN for a night you will not forget. Thank you.
All right. Appreciate it, Eddie. We're going to hear from all these fighters that are up here on the stage getting ready to go on Saturday. I want to start all the way to the end. Zizo Al-Mayouf, you have traveled the world, my friend, in your young career. Jeddah, Riyadh, London, Los Angeles, and now here in the Mecca of boxing in New York City. What's it been like for you getting all these experiences?
You know what? Like Eddie just said, legacy, memories, and dreams. I just want to thank God, alhamdulillah, for the opportunity that I have to fight at the Mecca of boxing, Madison Square Garden. He was talking about Shushu and Keyshawn and them coming through the USA boxing system and what they would do to dream about Madison Square Garden. Well, how about, you know, Saudi Arabia's first professional boxer who had no ring, no bags for years and years training since I was 11 years old. How about dreaming about Madison Square Garden then and actually getting there? So I just thank God for the opportunity. I got to take this opportunity. Thank you.
Zizo, you've had some ups and downs. You are still undefeated. You had a draw 2 fights earlier. I know you've been in the lab with Buddy McGirt working on your game. What are you trying to show on Saturday night?
I'm going to show a lot. I'm going to show, first of all, the faith put in me by the custodian of the 2 holy mosques, King Salman and His Royal Highness the Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, for giving me this opportunity to represent the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. And, of course, His Excellency Turki Al Sheikh for the faith and having my back through thick and thin in this sport of boxing, really being there for me. And Saturday night, I become the first ever professional boxer from Saudi Arabia to fight at Madison Square Garden. And that doesn't mean that much to me as it means to the fighters who will come after me, who I'm doing it for. Because you know how many Saudi fighters, kids, and Arabs are going to look up now and be able to dream about MSG, see MSG, and actually feel that they can fight in MSG because I get to open that door. You know, it's given by God and taken by no one, of course. But Saturday night, I'm going to show a lot. It's been a year out of the ring, but I've been through 3 training camps, like Rick Reno said. And I feel like a superhero, honestly, being at this stage. No, really. Like Gotham has Batman, Metropolis has Superman, and Saudi Arabia has Zizo. So I'm a history maker, and Saturday night I make history.
I love it. I love it. Your opponent on Saturday night, Kevin Castillo. Huge opportunity for you, Kevin. You're coming off back-to-back losses, the first 2 losses, though, of your professional career. How are you feeling coming into this fight?
Sí, en primer lugar, Kevin, es una oportunidad enorme para ti. Obviamente vienes después de 2 derrotas, pero fueron las 2 únicas derrotas de tu carrera. ¿Cómo te sientes de la pelea de este sábado?
Agradecer primero la oportunidad que me están dando para poder mostrar mi trabajo. Llevo muchos años trabajando para poder mostrarme en un escenario así. Vengo con muchas ganas, con mucha fuerza de dejar mi nombre aquí en Madison Square Garden y únicamente pues dar show. Me encanta estar aquí sentado con todos estos grandes deportistas, me encanta estar enfrente de toda esta gente y únicamente estoy esperando el momento para poder mostrar todo el trabajo y todo el sacrificio que llevo haciéndolo durante todos estos años. Y repito, esto es una gran oportunidad que no solo va a ser una pelea, quiero volver a quedarme aquí. O sea, esto es una prueba para poder seguir mostrando en esos grandes escenarios porque nací para esto.
So first and foremost, I want to say thank you for the opportunity, for being here to show what I can do. You know, I've worked for many, many years to be able to be on such a great stage like this, and now to be here at Madison Square Gardens, you know, I'm full of energy and full of willingness to put on a good show at Madison Square Gardens. And I want to say as well that it's amazing to be up here with such great fighters. But I don't want this to just be a unique opportunity and a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. I want to come back and show that I can test myself at this level because I was born for this.
We know what a win would mean for Zizo. What would a win mean for you?
Sabemos lo que significaría una victoria para Zizo, pero para ti, ¿qué significaría la victoria?
Significaría que todo el trabajo que llevo haciendo va a tener su resultado y únicamente pues cambiar el destino de mi vida y el de mis seres queridos, de mi familia, porque el camino no ha sido nada fácil y por eso es que voy a pelear con el corazón y con mis puños, porque bueno, todavía no domino muy bien el inglés, pero estoy esperando que sea sábado para poder hablar con los puños.
So it would mean, you know, it would be fantastic. It would mean that all the work that I've put in over the years is showing the results as well. I feel that it would also change the destiny of my life, not just my life, but also my loved ones who surround me. So I want to go into this and give absolutely everything. I'm going to give my heart. I will let my fists do the talking. My English is not quite there yet, so I'll make sure that I do my talking with my fists in the ring.
Good luck to both of you guys on Saturday night.
Thank you, Chris.
Jarrell Miller. Been a while, man. You've been out of the ring since 2024, but you're back. You're back here in New York, where you haven't fought in 8 years and never here at Madison Square Garden. You're actually going to be on the free-to-air portion of this fight card, so anybody that's got the DAZN app can watch your fight with Kingsley eBay. How are you feeling being back in New York and finally at Madison Square Garden?
The last time I actually fought in this room was 19 years ago, and as an amateur in the Golden Gloves. And, you know, like Eddie said, you know, we had an opportunity back in 2019, and, you know, things happened and things were said. But, you know, God has plans for me that sometimes I wonder if God has a cruel sense of humor when it comes to me. But I realize he prepared me for a lot of things that I would not have foreseen back then. But I see now that it was making me stronger, understanding the belief that I have, you know, the friends and family around me, you know, and just having faith, you know, thank God I'm not a person that really parties. I don't drink, I don't smoke, and I've kept my body and mind pretty damn sharp. And coming home to fight in front of my fans and my people, man, means so much to me. Like, I mean, I beat myself up every day since 2019, but it's an opportunity to, you know, not only fight and show the fans, but also show myself and my family. And as well, you know, prove to Eddie that, you know, I'm still with him, you know, I'm still with Matchroom because I still owe it to them because they moved me in such a way back then that it was cool, you know. And I tell you all the time, you know, I've been in the sport of boxing for a while, from kickboxing, and a lot of promoters talk a good game, but they don't show a good game. You know, they come in front of the cameras and want to promote fights, but behind closed doors, they're really shitty people. And dealing with Matchroom and dealing with Eddie over the years, man, they've shown me, besides the upsets that we had, they showed me nothing but respect, man, and they fought really hard to get me on this card, along with, you know, my manager Spencer Brown, Everett, and it's been a lot of hard work, man. So come Saturday night, man, I'm coming to make Kingsley's head roll. He has no idea, man, what's coming for him. But like I said, coming home and fighting, man, it's amazing. It's going to be the first time, you know, I have 3 kids now. 2 of them is going to be the first time they see me fight live. It's going to be amazing, man. It's beautiful. I'm hungry. I'm fired up, man. You know, I can actually see my abs coming out again, so you already know what that means. I'm coming to whoop some ass. Let's go, Uncle Shannon Cannon, baby. Let's go, Brooklyn. We in here.
We know, Jarrell, we know you come to Rumble every single time. That's a man with a lot of power, a lot of knockouts on his resume. Do you think he's got anything for you?
You understand something, man. I've traveled all over the world from fighting, from K1, Glory. I done got kicked upside the head and never went down. I fought Daniel Dubois, couldn't stop me. You know what I mean? So, am I afraid of him? Hell no, I ain't afraid of nobody. But do I understand the risk? Of course. This is a heavyweight division, man, and one punch can change everything. So, yes, I understand what's in front of me, but but if you know who I am and what I bring to the table every fight I show up. There's some fights where some guys, they don't show. I show up every fight. Imagine being a pro as long as I've had and show up every fight. So come Saturday night, I'm going to show up again. I'm going to bust that ass. And let me tell you something. I'm from Brooklyn, man. So grew up in Queens, too. So man, I'm coming to fight, man. That's it. We knocking heads off, you know. And you see Uncle Cannon over here. If anybody know me, that really knows me and seen me in the gym growing up through taking the hard Shannon never had it easy in the heavyweight division. Shannon never had it easy in life. And we come from the same club. So I'm telling you right now, if he know me, you know I'm coming to kill something. Let's go.
All right. Well, Kingsley eBay, hell of a journey, man. Nigeria to the U.S. You've been a soccer player, a college football player, a professional football player, a life insurance salesman, and a bouncer. And now here you are, maybe a win away from getting a big fight in the heavyweight division. How confident are you coming into this fight that you can beat Jarrell Miller?
First, I'll just, say very thankful. Thankful to God for even making this opportunity happen.
Stop laughing.
Not by my strength, but confident, it's an understatement. I know what's going to happen. It's just a matter of time. I'm not a very big talker, Saturday, but I'm here to actually show what's possible. Like you just said, not a boxer, didn't even grow up boxing, and thanks to, Eddie, Matchroom, people putting this together. But I don't really have much to say, but if you guys want to make the fight tonight, we can easily do that, I know Miller talks a lot, has a very big mouth, but come Saturday night, it's really going to be an interesting one.
That's a big man in Jarrell Miller who throws a lot of punches every time he gets in the ring. What's the key for you to beating him?
No. You see Saturday.
All right. Good luck to you and Jarrell on fight night. Carlos Adames, WBC middleweight champion. Last time we saw you, some bad luck with the judges in Saudi Arabia against Hamza Shiraz. That draw, though, aged pretty well. Hamza looked great in his first fight at 168. You're still a world champion. How are you feeling going into this fight?
Sí, Carlos, en primer lugar, bienvenido. Podemos hablar de tu última pelea que tuviste, que obviamente tuviste ese empate con Hamza Shiraz, pero después con el tiempo parece ser un resultado mejor sabiendo lo bueno que ha hecho subiendo de peso a 168. También al final pudiste retener el título esa noche y sigues como campeón del mundo. ¿Cómo te sientes ahora mismo de cara a esta pelea?
Muy buenas noches, gracias a todos por venir. Me siento muy bien, eso fue un resultado mediocre, fue un resultado que no merecía ser esa noche. Lamentablemente me dieron ese resultado, todo el mundo sabe que no fue un empate, lo vencí en su propia tierra, en su propia casa. Y esta noche, el sábado también voy a hacer lo mismo, es mi trabajo y es lo que sé hacer.
Yeah, hi to everybody that's come here. Firstly, I just want to say, obviously, it wasn't the result. I wasn't fortunate to get the decision on that occasion over in Saudi Arabia, but I think we all know what the result was there. You know, I went over there and beat him on what I would describe as home ground there. And in terms of Saturday, I'll just be doing what I always do, just going in there and getting my work done.
You know, Ammo Williams has been on a run over the last few fights. What kind of fight are you expecting from Ammo on Saturday?
Sabemos que Ammo está en buena racha. ¿Qué esperas de él este sábado?
Bueno, la buena racha de él pasa que no llegaban de mí todavía. Cuando llegan de mí, de una vez se acaba la buena racha. Esperemos que este sábado brinda un buen espectáculo y una buena pelea para todo el público.
The thing is, he's been on a good run up to now is because he hasn't faced me when people are on good runs. I tend to make sure that those runs are over once they face me. I hope he's there to put on a good show for all the fans on Saturday night.
All right, appreciate it, Carlos. Well, Ammo, what do you think of that? You've been through some highs and lows over the last few years. Great opportunity, though, for you to fight for a middleweight title. He's looking for someone that's going to bring a fight. Is that what you're going to bring?
Yeah. First, I want to just, I've never done this before, but I just want to take the time, say, dear God, thank you. Thank you for bringing me to this point. Thank you for my guy, Eddie Hearn. Thank you for Riyadh season. Thank you for my family. Thank you for my wife. Thank you for my parents. Thank you for my dog. Thank you for just allowing me to get through everything I've been through to get to this point, because it has not been easy. So, Jesus, thank you for saving my life. Thank you for everything you've done. I love you with all my heart. In Jesus' name I pray, amen. Now I get to what you say.
I was going to say, how confident are you coming into this fight?
I'm beyond confident. I'm a showman. I came into this sport to be the greatest performing artist to ever exist. Eddie knows that. That's why he consistently gets me these amazing opportunities. And me and Kevin Cunningham, my coach, who I'm so thankful for, we've achieved the vision I've had in my mind's eye about the fighter I wanted to be. You know, it's no longer a contemplation or that split second of I have to feel like I have to accomplish or do this thing in my head. It's totally in me. It's instinctual. So I'm just ready to give y'all the greatest performance y'all have ever seen. I'm pulling the cap off of this boxing. I'm bringing it back to the old school. Y'all gonna see a next level pace. Y'all gonna see just something that transcends the normalities of being a human being. Y'all gonna see something that, you know, is special, super.
Said next level pace. This is the kind of fight that you think is going to be all action from the opening bell?
Absolutely. It's pace, it's rhythm, it's flow, it's dance, it's understanding of the body, it's technical, it's machinery. I'm called the mechanic. Y'all know that. You know, I've came into this sport with an idea to be the most cerebral fighter that exists. You know, we started late, 19 years old. Eddie believed in me. 10 years later, 29, I'm fighting for my first world championship. Everything is aligned. It's my night to set the world on fire. Y'all gonna see. Like I said in my first press conference with Eddie Hearn, I'm here to change the world. I'm bringing back a new era of boxing. I'm about to show, you know, what it's like to be a true, real fighter with the grit. It's in my heart. It's in my soul. It's 100% my genetic makeup. I've been a fighter my whole life. I just didn't get to start training until 19. But I've been a fighter my whole life, and I'm excited to put that on show for you guys.
All right. Good luck to Ammo. Carlos, Same. Shushu Carrington, Brownsville's own, dressed like a true New Yorker, as always. We were talking about this earlier in the week. Of all the great fighters who have come out of Brownsville, no fighter has ever won a title in the big room here at MSG. How do you feel about your chances to do that?
Well, first and foremost, I want to say what's up to the crowd. New York City, what up? Man, this is a dream come true. To all the fans that's been watching me, since I started my pro career, I know they've been waiting for this, but all my fans back in Brownsville that's been supporting me since I was 7, 8 years old, since I started boxing, this is a long time coming. And for me to be a part of that list of, Brownsville champions alone is like, I got nothing but pride and nothing but Brownsville on my back. And that don't mean the world to me, just that, but being the first to win the world title in the big room, that right there, yeah, man. Yeah, you hear Shannon Briggs, one of the Brownsville champs. It's crazy. And, I just really have just been locked in. This is my moment, you know what I mean? And I feel like I have to seize the moment. I've been doing a lot of prayer. I've been working so hard. I've been doing so much to make sure I'm not overly trained, but overly prepared for the situation, for this moment. And I cannot wait till this weekend. And I will put on a crowd-pleasing performance. You guys are not going to want to miss the Shushu show because you never know.
That's a great fighter you got across from there, and Carlos Castro gave Stephen Fulton all he could handle about 18 months ago. What kind of fight are you expecting on Saturday? Man, I expect the best of him. You know what I'm saying? Like, to be honest, I was offered, different guys with lesser names, and, I would say, lesser opposition, I'm like, nah, I want to fight Carlos Castro. I want to risk. I want to be great. And in order to be great, you have to risk. You have to dare to be great and fight a guy that's as dangerous as him, And I feel like with this moment right here, this is kind of the things that brings the best out of Bruce Shushu Carrington. So with this, I'm ushering the Shoe World Order. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to take over the world with this. And what Denzel say on training day? Shoe program, baby. It's shoe program. And we about to take over the whole world of boxing. And we are starting that this weekend, Saturday, January 31st. Make sure, y'all can't buy no tickets no more. This joint is sold out. So y'all going to have to watch it live if y'all ain't get your tickets already on the zone. All right. Carlos, mentioned that fight against Stephen Fulton. That was a really competitive fight back in 2024. Decision didn't go your way. How confident are you coming into this fight?
I'm good. I'm confident. I proved myself. I proved that I'm here to take down the best, and Carrington's one of the best, ranked, number one? One of the best fighters out there, so I prove I'm here to take any challenge. I'm not scared. I'm not ashamed. I'm not going away from any challenge. Bruce Carrington's in my way, and he's going to be one that he's going to realize that there's levels, you know what I mean? And I'm here to prove myself. This is a dream come true. This is something that not a lot of people in my hometown will see me doing, just a little kid from the trailer park running around, without any curfew. Look, Mama, I'm here.
You're fighting a New Yorker here in New York City. Does that mean you got to bring a little bit of extra on fight night?
No, because I'm fighting him. I'm not fighting New York, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, it's two fighters up there. We both bleed. We both sweat. We both have the courage to go in there and fight the best. Like he said, he wanted to fight one of the best, and, I take my hat off to him for that. I'm here to give him my all.
All right. Good luck to both of you guys on Saturday night. Jermaine Ortiz right alongside him. Jermaine, you knew you were going to fight somebody here on January 31st. It didn't seem to matter to you who you were going to go up against on this card. You're fighting Keyshawn Davis, 140 pounds. How are you feeling going into this fight?
I'm feeling great, man. I'm excited to be here. Madison Square Garden is I was here at the theater before, now I'm in the big room. Like you said, graduating to the big room, and it's a sold-out crowd, so I'm going to show everybody what I'm made of, and I'm going to get over this hump and take somebody's all away that night.
You've got 2 losses on your resume, but they've been to 2 high-level guys, 2 really competitive fights against Vasily Lomachenko and Teofimo Lopez. How much did you learn from those losses, and what do you take from them coming into this fight?
I learned a lot, and what I learned that I'm not going to leave it to the judges, so I don't expect it to go to the scorecards.
What do you have to do to accomplish that? What do you have to do to win this fight?
I'm going to take out all the tools that I got in my tool bag, and you know, show y'all there's levels to this, and I could do anything I want to do.
All right, good luck, Jermaine. Keyshawn, I think you heard you laughing. He doesn't want to leave it to the judges. You don't want to leave it to the judges.
Exactly.
How do you think this fight's going to play out?
First off, I want to thank my God, my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, for bringing me back here, like Eddie Hearns, with a smile on my face. You know, I'm happy. I'm so happy. I'm excited. And hey, I don't want to leave it in the judges' hands neither, sir. So let's do it. Let's fight. I like fighting. Let's do it, bro.
You've had a lot happen over the last few months. You come back with a new trainer, new team, new weight at 140 pounds. You've promised a new beginning for you in this new weight class. What's going to be different about you on Saturday night?
Y'all gonna have to see. Y'all gonna have to see Saturday night. The amazing Keyshawn Davis, he back.
You've had a lot of great moments here in New York City, here at Madison Square Garden. Won your first world title here at the Garden. What is it about this city and this building that seems to bring the best out of you?
Man, it's crazy because when I came back from the Olympics, my first fight back from the Olympics was in the Mecca in MSG. And then I also got another chance to fight in the Mecca and the MSG, but I never thought here was a sold-out crowd. Like, that's crazy. It's definitely going to be probably the biggest event I was ever a part of. So I appreciate Turkey Al-Ashiki for putting me on this card. I appreciate Jay Prince for making it happen. You know, and my team, you know, my mother, my brothers, Kelvin and Keon Davis, for helping me just get back in the gym so I could be able to fight on this card right here, on this platform. It's amazing, man.
All right, incredible undercard. A main event in the co-main that could stand alone on its own. 5 fights, 2 world titles, fantastic setup for the Teofimo Lopez, Shakur Stevenson showdown at the top. We're going to face these 2 guys off, change the chairs up a little bit, and come back with the main event press conference.
What up, mate?
Facing off at this time, we welcome Kevin Teddy Castillo and Ziad Zizo Almayouf.
All right, so our first face-off as we begin fight week here in New York City. There's Zizou. Seen him several times here on DAZN, representing Saudi Arabia. Always so much positive energy from Zizo.
The perfect spokesman for Saudi Arabia. And like he said, you know, he's learning on the job, getting better. You know, they're moving him along carefully because that's the way he needs to learn. He doesn't have an amateur background, but he definitely is a perfect spokesman.
These 2 competing Saturday in a scheduled 8-round super lightweight contest. Now we welcome to face off Kingsley, the Black Lion eBay, and Jarrell, Big Baby Miller.
Big Baby Miller, normally a little more vociferous, a little more trash talking, not so much. Maybe he respects Kingston eBay.
Or maybe he just knows that he's been out of the ring since August of 2024, and he really needs a big win here. He needs a knockout. We saw another big baby, Jared Anderson, score an explosive knockout of Kingsley a couple of years ago in the bubble. And that's what Big Baby Miller needs to do on Saturday.
Well, you heard eBay. He is very confident. Former professional football player. He used to play soccer. You heard Chris Mannix run down the list. Insurance salesman, but he's looking to knock out the Big Baby Saturday night.
It's the big boys of boxing Saturday. 10 rounds scheduled in the heavyweight division. Let's now welcome to face off first the challenger, Austin Ammo Williams, and the defending world champion, Carlos El Caballo Bronco Adames.
So Ammo Williams gets a chance at a world title. Sergio, what does he have to do to beat the champ?
he's going to need defense. I mean, Ammo Williams has the power. He's a big southpaw. Adames' only losses versus a tall southpaw. So he has the goods. He said all the right things. Now he needs to implement those right things. But it starts with head movement. It starts to make yourself smaller, using the jab, fighting at bay, and also getting respect on the inside. There's a lot to do if you want to win that championship. Ammo Williams was groomed for this position. Now we'll see if he can pass the test.
Mike, who do you have in this one?
Gotta go with Carlos Adames. I think Adames is a vastly underrated fighter. He's the best middleweight in the world, and I think I'm by stoppage.
These two competing Saturday in a scheduled 12-round contest for the WBC Middleweight Championship of the World. Let's now welcome to face off Carlos Castro and Bruce Shoo Carrington.
So an opportunity for one of these men to walk out of Madison Square Garden with the gold as they fight for a vacant title. Mike, handicap this one for us.
Look, obviously Shoo is a big favorite for good reason. He's a very talented fighter, but he hasn't really faced anyone world-class just yet. This is the first world-class fighter I think he's facing, and we saw what Carlos Castro could do, Todd, as a spoiler, like we mentioned, a couple of years ago against Stephen Fulton, multi-division champion, dropped Fulton, gave him a really tough time. I think Castro's going to play that pressure, and Shushi's going to need to deliver a statement to show the kind of star that we think he might be able to become.
These two competing Saturday in a scheduled 12-round contest for the vacant WBC Featherweight Championship of the World. Let's now welcome to face off Jermaine the Technician Ortiz and Keyshawn the Businessman Davis.
Well, the businessman didn't have good business last year, Sergio. It just kind of all went wrong, missed weight, had that fiasco fight backstage. This all happened in his home state of Virginia. Sergio, right now, though, he says he's the amazing Keyshawn Davis. What do you expect to see when the bell rings against Carlos Ortiz?
I don't want to see what I've been seeing with Keyshawn Davis. The businessman needs to get back to business. He has the skill, he has the resume, he has the world championship caliber and the talent. Now is just time to be yourself again, man. And this is someone that is going to be there in front of you to shine. Castro has lost the champions. Keyshawn Davis is cut from that championship material. This is how you prove that you belong on the big stage, on a new weight division, in a new night here in the Mecca.
Yeah, Todd, I'm not sure the businessman works as a moniker after what happened last year, but Jermaine Ortiz, the technician, he's called out for a reason. Great fundamentals, great jab, and he's proven again twice on the world-class level against Teofimo Lopez and Vasily Lomachenko, and you see him pulling the belt out here. He's going to need it on Saturday night.
This is the Ring 6 co-main event, 12 rounds scheduled in the super lightweight division.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, well, we are getting set to hear from the game face-to-face. Okay, can I see it?
This is your op, bro.
This ain't my op.
That ain't, look!
He's not going to show up like this. He
can't. He can't go backwards.
Graphic, yeah.
He
What is
can't
it?
show up like that.
What if your power doesn't translate up to 140? What if he feels you can't hurt him if
That's
he
the
bull rush you?
biggest myth about boxing is where, like, when you put them 8-ounce, them gloves is 8 ounces. So you put them on and it's like, you may think a fighter don't have power. I'm pretty sure he thought Kambosos couldn't punch.
Neither did I.
When I watch Kambosos, I don't think he's a big puncher.
Facts.
Did he get caught with a shot by a guy that can't punch, right?
He got dropped, yeah.
So
I'm going to be right about
here you go. Here you go right here. Boom.
How the hell? You've been watching everything.
I pay attention, bro.
Back against, I'm hearing all this stuff about how Shakur Stevenson went toe-to-toe with Lepeta, and this is the Shakur we want to see. We may have to give more credit to Lepeta for that fight being like how it was.
Because he put in the fight, he pressed the fight.
Because Cepeda pressed the fight.
But he knew that coming into the fight. Cepeda's style is always been the guy that wears you down, breaks you down, and pushes the fight.
I want to get into, but you're not going to tell me.
What's up?
Your game plan, like, oh! Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Yeah. That was the moment right there. Was that a knockdown to you?
Yeah, it could have been easily.
The ropes kept him up?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, man.
Now, I'm saying if you hit him like that.
He not getting up.
Teeth different.
Just the whole thing. I think it's time. It's time for it to happen, man. It'll be good for him afterwards.
Right.
It'll be good for him.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, head to the locker room on the DAZN app for all of the pre-fight coverage you could possibly want. The face-off between Teofimo and Shakur. We're on the ground in fight camp with Stevenson, and also some exclusive interviews with both the champ and the challenger. And we're back here with the Ring Magazine insider, Mike Coppinger, of course, the former junior middleweight champion of the world, Sergio Mora. Let's break down this main event. It's interesting, Teofimo Lopez, a pretty substantial underdog, but the other two times he was an underdog, he won both those fights against Josh Taylor and Vasily Lomachenko. Do you think he rises to the occasion on Saturday?
You know, Ty, I don't know if he's going to win, but I do think he's going to make it a very, very competitive fight. I think he's being overlooked here. And again, let's not forget, right, this is Shakur's first fight on the elite level. He's an incredible fighter, pound-for-pound guy, but he has yet to prove it on this kind of level. So Teo has the advantage there.
The reason Shakur is favored in this fight because he's been on the elite level since he was an Olympian, a silver medalist, a multi-division champion. Shakur Stevenson is hard to hit. He has the defense. He has the offense, especially when he starts going to the body. That's when he becomes offensive because he actually hurt opponents even though he lacks the knockout power. Teofimo needs to put his punches together. He's not a knockout puncher himself. That's the reason I think the books and the odds are against Teofimo in this fight, because that man right there is a southpaw sniper.
Shakur Stevenson was kind of getting a bad rap for being a guy that runs. Yeah, he wins, but he's so boring. He changed that narrative a little bit with his performance against William Zepeda, but surely he can't employ that same game plan against someone who hits as hard as Teofimo Lopez, can he?
Yeah, and I don't expect him to, Ty. You know, he has to win this fight. It's his first fight at 140. And again, William Zepeda, quality fighter. And yes, Shakur fought a lot of elite fighters in the amateurs, but Teofimo Lopez is a different level than William Zepeda. He's an explosive puncher, at 135 at least. He has good size and an explosive first step. I want to see Teofimo use the angles. I want to see him step to Shakur, and I want to see him be first.
The thing about Zepeda, he's there to be hit. Yes, he throws 100 punches around, but he also doesn't have the defense. Teofimo has the combinations, he has the volume, but he has the athletic feet. He's gifted defensively. If he gets to put the punches together from bottom up and stop Shakur from moving, then he can build rounds. But he's going to have to steal rounds, Teofimo, against Shakur. Anytime Shakur is against the ropes, you bang away to the body, just like Zepeda tried. Zepeda was too slow. Teofimo has the hand speed.
Look who we've gotten in the house. Of course, a great card from top to bottom. But there is Terence "Bud" Crawford taking photos with everybody. You think he stays retired? I mean, we hear everybody quitting and coming back. Oh, there's Connor Benn as well. He's entering the prime of his career. You think Crawford's done for good, Mike? You buying that?
Look, it's hard to say. I'm always skeptical anytime there's a fighter at the peak of his power that steps away when there's all that money to be made, all that more legacy to be cemented. But Crawford did actually have a retirement party recently in Omaha. That gives me a little bit of doubt, but I still think we'll see him again.
Bud Crawford staying retired. I can tell you that right now because this is the type of man that took his career serious, conquered everything that needed to be conquered. He reminds me of Andre Ward. He reminds me of Floyd Mayweather Jr. They wanted to keep them zeros. They did everything they wanted. They made all the money in the world. Bud Crawford, the great Bud Crawford, is staying retired.
And Bud Crawford is here to support Shakur Stevenson. In fact, he said Teofimo Lopez was, quote, trash. Come on, Bud, don't be like that. Let's get this party started as we send it up to the dais and the Hall of Famer himself, Mr. Michael Buffer.
Okay. Well, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon and welcome to the most famous venue in the world for sports and entertainment, Madison Square Garden, New York City, New York, USA. This is the Ring 6 main event, final press conference, and it's for a great night of boxing that is sold out here at the Garden on Saturday night. The main event, of course, Teofimo Lopez versus Shakur Stevenson. And it's all brought to you by Ring Magazine and Sella, along with promoters Eddie Hearn for Matchroom Boxing and Bob Arum's Top Rank Incorporated. Now, special thanks, as always, ladies and gentlemen, to the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia and the custodian of the two holy mosques, King Salman bin Abdulaziz Al Saud, His Royal Highness, the Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, and the chairman of the General Entertainment Authority and president of the Saudi Boxing Federation, His Excellency Turki Al-Sheikh. A special thanks, of course, to our sponsors, Thomas J. Henry Law Firm, Everlast, Halo, and IFX Payments. So, ladies and gentlemen, once again, Saturday night here at Madison Square Garden, sold out. A fantastic evening of world-class professional boxing for your entertainment. And at the end, we get this main event between two of the hottest fighters in the world today, and that's why it's sold out. At this time, let's meet the fighters. Once again, 12 rounds of boxing sanctioned by the WBO and recognized by the Ring Magazine for the super lightweight championship of the world. Pardon me. Let's meet the fighters. First, the challenger, an Olympic silver medalist, now with a perfect professional record consisting of 24 fights, 24 victories, 11 big wins by knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, from Newark, New Jersey, the three-division, three-time world champion, former featherweight world champion, former super featherweight world champion, and the current lightweight champion of the world, the undefeated challenger, Shakur Stevenson. And ladies and gentlemen, here is the defending champion, a U.S. Olympian, undefeated for over 5 years as a professional. His professional record stands at 22 victories, 13 wins by KO, only one defeat, and that was a split decision. From Brooklyn, New York, USA, the reigning, defending, two-time, two-division world champion. He is recognized by Ring Magazine and the World Boxing Organization as the super lightweight champion of the world, the takeover, Teofimo Lopez. Here he is, the defending champion, Teofimo Lopez. Here is the challenger, Shakur Stevenson. And here is your host, Chris Mannix.
Welcome, everyone, back to the main event press conference for Ring 6, which, of course, will be headlined by one of the best fights that can be made in boxing today. 140-pound showdown between Teofimo Lopez and Shakur Stevenson. And in boxing, we always want to see the best fighting the best. There is no question in this fight, the best are fighting the best. Unquestioned, number one guy at 140 pounds, and unquestioned, number one guy at 135 pounds. We're going to hear from these fighters on the stage. We want to start things off again. Introduce the CEO of Ring Magazine, Mr. Rick Reno.
Well, we're only 2 days away. One of the biggest fights to be made in the sport. Two of the biggest names colliding, and the star power proves it. And that's why this venue, the Mecca of boxing, Madison Square Garden, is sold out. Live and exclusive on DAZN. You know, Shakur, if you talk to any of the odds makers, you talk to some of the experts around, he's a solid favorite. It's no secret. But Teofimo, he's one of those guys that's always upsetting the odds. He upset the odds against Lomachenko. He upset the odds against Josh Taylor. And if he upsets the odds on Saturday, for me, it's the biggest win of his career because I regard Shakur as a better fighter than the other two guys. That's just my opinion. Teo may not agree with me. He's giving me the death stare right now. He's giving me the death stare right now. But on the other end, Shakur, one of the talented boxers in the game today, and he's looking to make, I should say, history on Saturday night by going for his 4th divisional title. But the same goes for Shakur. In gaining victory in this fight, I believe it's the biggest win of his career because I hold Teo in a higher regard than the guys that Shakur has fought in the past. And that's what makes it such an intriguing fight, where you have two of the very best colliding in the ring, mano a mano, ring title at stake, and look forward to seeing everyone on Saturday.
Thank you, Rick. This event, of course, co-promoted by Matchroom Boxing. Eddie Hearn of Matchroom Boxing here on the stage. Eddie, this really is what we want out of boxing. The very best fighting the very best. Two guys trying to challenge themselves, test themselves at the highest level. Is that what you're expecting on Saturday night? Two guys at their very best.
This is everything. You know, everyone talks about making boxing great again. And you've got to take your absolute hat off to Shakur and Teo. Because Shakur's dominating the 135-pound division. He can go into unification fights. No need for him to step up to 140. Teo can move to 147, challenge for a title, do what he wants. Both guys know that there's money out there, deals out there to just keep on doing the standard thing. But these aren't standard guys. These are guys that are chasing greatness in a sold-out arena that has hosted Muhammad Ali and Sugar Ray Robinson and Rocky Marciano. That's what these guys are after. They're chasing legacy. And it's two guys in their absolute prime. That's the beauty of this fight. And there's so much to debate on both sides. You know, the guy to my left, at 28 years of age, I say it all the time, he's a 3-division world champion, looking to become a 4-division world champion at the age of 28. And that's a phenomenal achievement. And he lives and breathes the sport of boxing. Any young fighter getting in the game, I would recommend they look at the way that Shakur Stevenson lives his life and his dedication to the sport. And look, same with Teo as well. This is a joy to watch. I said to the guys earlier on the undercard, understand what you're fighting for on Saturday night. Memories, you know, the ability to win a world championship at MSG. These guys are not just fighting for the world championship belt. They're fighting for absolute greatness on Saturday night. And we saw from the undercard as well, top to bottom. The whole boxing world will be in New York on Saturday night. You've got the Ring Magazine Awards tomorrow night, live on DAZN around the world. Thank you to both men. This is exactly what boxing needs, and I cannot wait.
All right. I want to start on the challenger side. Shakur Stevenson's been in boxing for a long time. He's had the same team alongside him for a long time as well. James Prince, Wally Moses. James, I'll start with you. You've guided Shakur to 3 world championships, 3 different weight classes. How are you feeling as he heads into attempting to win his 4th?
Well, I'm feeling great, but not only those 3 world championships, he won 2 amateur
Pop
world
up.
champions.
He was talking to Jay.
I got some strategic questions for you, Wally. I wanted to hear what James has to say.
I'm ready, man. I'm ready.
Yeah, pop, cocked, and loaded.
We got a long time to talk about this.
That's right. Well, for me, first of all, let me thank everybody that contributed to this great fight night, you know what I mean, beginning with Turkey, great promoter Eddie Hearns, Ring Magazine, my man over there, of course, this beautiful place, Madison Square Garden. It's truly an honor and a privilege to be here, and I feel blessed to be in a position where I'm managing the main event and the co-main event, which is Keyshawn Davis and Shakur Stevenson. So y'all know I'm going to leave victorious with both of them. I'm excited about that, man. We're ready to kick some ass, you know what I mean? Because that's what time is going to be. We're going to go in there and deal with T.O. I hope your daddy feel better. I want him to be there because I want him to witness his ass whooping you're gonna get, and it just wouldn't be right to not have your whole team there with you. So we're excited about this, man.
That ain't what you said when you was giving me wine and champagne at your house.
Yeah, well, I had to get you drunk.
Watching his fight.
I had to get you drunk to trick you.
And saying that if you had me and Shakur, that would be like Biggie and Tupac.
Yeah, well, neither one of them are here, but we here.
Like, I know Pimp, though. Don't worry, Pimp.
I had to trick you. Hey, Tio, I had to trick you in this position right now.
I know pimping ain't easy, so hey, shout out to H-Town. You heard?
Yeah, H, that's real. That's real. It's Pimp C. But I had to trick you in this position to get this ass whooping. Don't take this personal, man, because you look real good dressing up as a model. So, you know what I mean? Maybe it's a model agency action after this here. So don't take this personal as business.
James, you've managed some special
fighters
like over the years. Floyd Mayweather Jr., Andre Ward. What is it that makes that man special?
Rugrats.
He one of a kind, you know what I mean? He his own person, and he got a combination of all of them, you know what I mean? He's been such a student of the game where he took some from the great Andre Ward, the great Roy Jones, the great Bud. You know, he borrowed from all of them and blended with his own mix, and now he's Shakur Stevenson. One of a kind.
Wally, not only are you Shakur's trainer, you're also his grandfather. You've been there from day one with Shakur. You're obviously excited about this matchup.
I can't wait because I've been there 5 years at Team USA. Didn't make that Olympic trip, but I was his trainer and the team trainer for those 5 years. And I want to say that Shakur has already, in terms of like, I'm going to take up what Eddie talked about, his legacy. This has been his legacy throughout his life. You know, it wasn't a thing where he actually thought he was good. He just had a vision and had a dream and a desire inside him. And it said he wanted to be Olympian. He wanted to be number one. And he wanted to be the best in the world. So what we went through, we had an opportunity to go through those journeys, to be number one, to be at that top level where everybody looking up, talking about they on that level when they never been there before. And so we want to say to everybody, this fight is just another part of his legacy to prove what he wants to become and who he is and his place in boxing. So we looking forward for this fight. This is only one that's going to start our journey towards his dream that he said that he's the best fighter in the world. He's proven it on an amateur level, okay? Now he's doing it. He won, what, three division titles and what, 6 fights? 6 fights, okay? He won a championship in his 13th fight. Nobody ever gave him one, awarded him one. He had to fight for and ask or beg for every fight that he got. You know, we seen fighters that he begged to fight. He was passed up by them and fed to somebody else, and they had an opportunity to make a great name like Leo Santa Cruz. We were asking for Leo Santa Cruz 2 years before Tank fought them, okay? We were asking Lomachenko ever since Shakur was 17 and boxed him. So those fights were passed by him. But if Shakur had got a chance to fight them then, we wouldn't even be here now talking about his legacy. And they know they wouldn't even be here right now. But Tio, they've been watching him, talking about, and his father, we met one time. I was with my son. We were at the last hotel, so my son was talking to Tio's father. So Tio's father was talking to my son about, yo, man, my son is this here. Oh, he's better than that Shakur, man. They give all this here Shakur guy. Now, he didn't know he was talking to my son. So I walked up at the time. My son said, Dad. He went, ho, 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 ho. So my dad began to tell him what he said. I didn't say that. I didn't say that. He said, well, let me tell you something, man. I give credit, you know, I've been to his house. You know, I have a great deal of respect for his mom, you know what I'm saying? You know, but in this here fighting world, when it comes to Shakur and myself, we some of everybody, you know what I'm saying? So we're not worried about what he's going to do, what he say. Like you say, he's very athletic. I think he's more acrobatic than athletic. You know what I'm saying? We see the acrobatic.
You see me in bed.
In the ring, you know what I'm saying? So that's not a great deal of athleticism to me. So I'm going to stand on that and say this is another part of our legacy, going on our journey to become the best that he can be.
All right. We'll turn to the other side of the dais, and we should note here that Teofimo Sr., a little under the weather, not here at the press conference today. Keith Conley, you've been managing Teofimo for a few years now, taking him to some pretty high heights, pretty high levels. How are you feeling? You were in camp with him earlier. What have you seen from Teofimo in this camp?
I mean, I'm super excited. Big fight week in New York. There's nothing like a big fight at Madison Square Garden. You feel the electricity in the air here at the press conference. I'm feeling very confident. I saw him spar when I went down. He looked amazing. And we're in the same exact position that he was in 5 years ago, 6 years ago when he fought Lomachenko. Everybody in the sport gave him no chance. We were fighting pound for pound, unbeatable southpaw. He went in, he kicked Lomachenko.
Not Richard Coleman.
All right? So we're in the same position. We've done it before. He's going to do it again. Shakur Stevenson, great fighter, but he's never faced a guy like Teofimo Lopez.
If you really believe that, Keith, if you really believe that, why you ain't bet me?
What?
Why didn't you bet me a couple of weeks ago when I asked you to bet me?
You didn't ask me to bet you.
Yes, I did.
All right, well,
you seen me.
I bet you too.
You said you don't bet.
We'll get some paperwork in the back.
Okay, I can't wait.
We'll get some paperwork
I can't
in the
wait.
back. All right, we'll get some paperwork in the back.
You know, me and Tino was at the Olympics watching the Olympics.
You said you don't bet.
I will bet.
You said you don't bet. That's what you said in the locker room.
Well, you're calling me out. Let's bet.
Okay, so let's do it.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay.
Yo, Tio sat down with me watching Shakur fight at the Olympics after he was one and done. Tio was with me watching him fight.
All right, so we'll bet.
Tio and his dad was with me.
I just said we'll bet. All right?
We locked.
All right. We ain't talking about no thousand, though. We're talking about some real bets.
Yeah, some real money.
We'll see. We'll see Saturday. He's beaten Lomachenko. You haven't beat anybody like Teofimo Lopez.
All right.
I'll bet you something.
You said what?
I'll bet you something.
Oh, I want to bet whatever.
Yeah,
you wanna
whatever?
Whatever you want to put up.
I bet that you can't.
No, say it. Say it. Say it. Say it.
I bet that your mouth
what
can
you
fit
bet. Say
all
what
through
you
my
bet.
dick.
I would smack the shit out of you, nigga. I smack the shit out of your bitch ass. What you just say? Hey.
You're going to feel like a foot in your mouth. You're going to feel like a foot in your mouth. You're going to feel like a foot in your mouth.
Come on, man. You know
Hey,
that, man.
to all y'all, when does everybody consider
I
leaving?
would smack the shit out of your
Leaving
bitch
these
ass,
nuts
boy.
in your mouth.
Hey, I would smack the shit out of you.
Like, yo, he's an acrobat.
Let's go,
in the
Jam.
clown mode. Stop clowning, man.
Let's go, Jim.
Hey,
Ain't nothing to be funny
watch your
about.
words,
Big
nigga.
is like
You
a foot in
respect
your
the
mouth.
pussy?
Hey, look how they get riled up. Oh, shit. Yo, can it be Saturday already?
All right.
Let it be Saturday already.
He said something about his mother.
Hey, repeat yourself though, nigga.
Hey, but wait. All right. On all seriousness, though.
After Saturday, keep that same energy.
On seriousness,
I'm gonna beat
though.
your ass.
On
I'm gonna beat
all
your
serious-
ass. I'm gonna beat your ass.
All right, all
You're not
seriousness.
even, you're not even like that, boy.
Wait.
I promise you not like that.
Wait.
I'm going to tell you like this here. You better not say nothing about my daughter or anybody in my family.
Have you considered leaving, though?
I'm going to let you know that right now.
Have you considered leaving, though?
Have you
leaving these nuts in your mouth?
Suck a dick, bitch ass boy. Suck a dick, bitch ass boy. You's a bitch. I can't wait.
And you a ligma.
I can't wait to
You a
fight
ligma.
I can't wait. After Saturday,
my
keep
dick.
the same energy. Keep the same energy.
Yo, that's all you want to do. You want to clown.
Eddie, you haven't been in Malone?
What's happening Saturday?
You a clown.
You traveled around the whole world. You haven't been in Malone?
You's a clown.
Malone dick.
Yo, put your money where your mouth is.
I can't wait.
You got so put your money where your mouth is.
Hey, I'm starting to think you're a little suspect, boy.
He is.
I'm starting to think you're a little suspect for real.
All right, Shakur, let me ask you this, and we'll get back to the fight itself, but you're from Jersey. Jersey shows up for you every single fight. You're bringing 300 kids from Jersey up to see this fight, the most tickets you've bought for a fight of your own. What is it about getting those kids up from Jersey that matters to you?
That means everything to me. This is the first time it's really being announced. I usually do this before a lot of my fights back on this side of town, so it means everything to me that the kids get that type of motivation. They get to see somebody that's from the same circumstances do the same things that they can be doing in their future. So my main thing is giving them motivation and making sure they straight.
I don't think you need any motivation going into this fight. This press conference is clear. Has this fight become personal for you?
Nah, ain't nothing personal. It's all business. When it get personal is when people get emotional. So I ain't even
Man, my balls are still in
taking
his
it
mouth.
that way. But like I said, I'm 100% focused. I'm ready. And Saturday night, he gonna see.
You faced a unique challenge in William Zepeda your last time out, a guy that throws 100 punches around. How big a challenge do you think that man's going to be on Saturday?
None. He throw 10 times less than that.
We're going to see. He's a good fighter.
He
I can't wait to
throw
fight him.
100 punches around because he'll run out of gas.
How big a challenge do you think this guy's going to be?
None. Not much.
We'll see. We'll see. Like I said,
Hey, one thing I do, man, is like, why don't we have it open to the public?
What I'm happy about is the fact that I got
And
my.
we should have this
You know what?
open
You
to
know
the
what
public.
itself.
You can see that my granddad is focused. I'm focused. We all locked in on the task. But Teofimo Sr. is nowhere to be found. Last night he was in the lobby, drugged out, head over
Y'all
heels.
don't gotta worry about that. You
So at the
focusing
end of
on
the
me,
day,
B.
right now,
Yes, you is.
he's
Yes,
emotional.
you is.
That's why he acting
That's
the way
why
he's
you
acting.
clowning, clown.
He's
You
mad
focus
about
on
that.
my father, then it's a problem.
Where's your dad?
Me.
Yes, you are.
I actually
Yes,
bought him
you
a
are.
present,
Focus on
though.
me.
I actually bought him a present. So
Yeah.
can you give him the
Yeah.
present?
Hey, go ahead, man. You know they say you never deny a gift.
Hey, I actually bought him a present, though, Tio.
What's up?
This for your dad.
Yeah.
This for your dad.
No, thank you.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, what
Hey.
type of alcohol is that?
Boy, he love that.
Don't worry about it.
What type is it?
Some
Is that,
type of
is that
tequila.
what is that? What type of brand?
Whatever you drink.
Where you at now? Where you at now? We got a hangover?
I'll take it. Go ahead.
Tio want that for himself. Shit. That
Hey,
may not
yeah,
make
yo,
it.
I'll drink that bit right now. Talk about
Well, Teofimo, we'll turn over to you. A lot of energy.
Yo, that may not make it, huh?
Hey, we good, man.
We might be off that right now.
We good, yeah.
We might be off that right now.
Take your hit. It ain't gonna hurt nothing. Them taking me hit. It ain't gonna hurt nothing. Take your hit, man. You're gonna need something for this pain.
Where you at now?
Teofimo, I'll turn to you.
Where you at now?
Where my father at?
Yeah.
Yeah, where is he?
Right
He
now.
got a hangover. That's where he at.
No.
Where
I
is
kid
he
you
at?
not. I kid you not. My
He
father.
was in the lobby last
My
night.
father.
We seen him.
Took him to the
He was
back
in the
right
lobby
now.
last
He
night.
downloading. He downloading.
He was in the lobby
You
last
recovering?
night.
Yo, but wait, hold up.
Hey, download.
My father has gotten to all of y'all so well. In the moment he ain't here today, you guys all riled on
That's
it.
why he was.
Look at
that's
that.
why he was
Look how.
nodding in the-
Hey, hold
that's why he
on.
was
Look how
nodding in the
God
lobby
worked.
last night.
Look how God worked. He had a present from my father, and my father ain't here. Thank
That's
the
why
Lord.
he was nodding in the
Thank
lobby
the
last
Lord.
night.
Look how God worked.
Huh?
Good and evil, ladies and gentlemen. Good and evil. And I promise you, Saturday night, good will win.
He probably still messed up from last night.
Teofimo, you've been preparing for this fight for a couple of months
You know,
now.
you seen him last night. You seen him.
Okay, give us a second.
I
know
was
everybody
up
else seen
last
him in the lobby last night.
Okay, Teofimo, you've been preparing for this fight for a couple of months now. How have those preparations been going, and how big a challenge do you think it's going to be for you on Saturday?
There we go. Nah, it's been very good, man, honestly. No media, no documentaries this time around, no cameras, no people. It's kind of, I try to change that around this time just to see how it do, and I kid you not, so much more work has been done amongst myself, more importantly, than anything else. But We got Stacy McKinley, who also is the assistant trainer, has been helping me, been training at his gym, and alongside with my father. And I kid you not, like the amount of knowledge that's been bestowed in my skills, and then on top of that, the amount of progress I've been creating. I've been switching things around. I mean, Keith can't really elaborate too much on it, but I feel very good, excited, determined, and I can't wait to display it, you know, Saturday night.
This is the best you felt going into a fight?
Yeah, all around, man. But more importantly, like with my soul. My soul, like it's a beacon, man. Like this thing is serious.
That's the best.
Hey, wait, hold on. He keeps saying my titties out, man. You've been watching a lot of porn. You need to cut off porn. You know, they say porn is bad for you, man. They say that porn stuff is bad for you.
All right. Well, the energy in this room, it's palpable. The best against the best. Teofimo Lopez, 140-pound champion. Shakur Stevenson, 135-pound champion. Saturday night, live right here at Madison Square Garden and live on DAZN. We're going to face these two guys off.
Hey, no, I didn't want to finish my thing with porn. Come on, what kind of shit is this? Nah, man. Hey, listen, to everybody, most importantly, man, just focus on yourself. No matter what they say, it's all smoke and mirrors. Just, you know, look, we as individuals, amongst it all, really have something to cherish, and that's being here today, man. We all got life. That's most important. I know that Jay Prince always talked about it. It ain't about being a thug in the streets, but actually being one in home. And that's actually very poetic. That's
Take him
true.
through there. Take him through there.
Yeah.
We finna take your ass through there, man.
Yeah, Max.
You get ready, man. We finna take you through there.
Hey,
I
you
know you
though,
heard that song,
I ain't never,
man.
but one thing about me, and I think you'll notice, is we ain't pussy. I've been to your home by myself.
I'm beginning to believe you ain't pussy. I'm beginning to think you the other flip-flop.
And you know where I live.
Yeah.
I done took you where my son lives and my wife.
Yeah.
I ain't pussy.
I know.
Never been about that.
The fight is Saturday.
Never been about that. I've always been about mine. And I'll tell you what time.
Fight. We talking about a fight.
But I'm going to tell you what it is. Come on now, Wally, don't do that. Don't
you know,
that.
you the one been looking at him all the time, wishing you was up there.
Don't do that. No, never.
You said you on this level.
I wasn't even
been on that level.
I'm not even supposed to be here right now, and I'm here.
I'm the only one nigga fought for you to be on the USA team.
Yeah, you wanted to train me.
Come fight your way on.
You wanted to train me. That ain't my fault.
I ain't want to train
USA
you.
Boxing did what
wait a minute. What the hell would I want to train you for? And I got
train
18 grandsons.
You want
That's every one of them fight.
Teofimo.
Hey, but they ain't gonna tell you that.
Everyone.
Just know that it's you and me. They ain't gonna tell you that shit.
I only got one A1.
They ain't gonna tell you that.
I got 8.
You know what they did though?
Coming up.
You know what they did? They freaking aired your head up.
Listen, man.
They aired that head up.
Let's be for real, man.
And you know one thing though? Hey, look. My
know
only
who
last
you are,
thing, Shakur.
And you can't change
when it's all
that.
said and done, because I've been in that position.
Words can't
when it comes
change
to
that.
you,
Saturday night,
Words
make sure
can't
y'all
change
tune
that.
in. I'm gonna beat this boy ass.
All right,
Which
now,
one? Everything
when it
I
comes
love.
to it,
Hey, yo.
Make sure
when it
y'all
comes
tune
to
in.
it,
Yo.
when it comes to it,
the way you
they
box,
all not gonna be
the way
cheering you
box
on after this.
Not so ferocious, Cambosis,
They ain't all
man.
gonna be
You
cheering
don't have
after
a
this.
chance.
All right,
man.
gentlemen,
I am the
we're going to
best,
save
forget
it
the
for
rest.
the rest of the week. We've got a long
Lord
way to go
Almighty.
until we get into the ring on Saturday night. We're going to face these two guys off. Thanks to everybody for joining us here.
Punk bitches.
Well, that was certainly entertaining. We went through a mirage of topics, Sergio.
Here they are, face-to-face, champion versus champion. The challenger, 3-time world champion Shakur Stevenson. The defending champion, undefeated for over 5 years. The takeover, Teofimo Lopez. Saturday night, sold out, Madison Square Garden, New York City, New York, USA. On the line, the WBO sanctioned, Ring Magazine recognized Super Lightweight Championship of the World. Shakur Stevenson, the takeover, Teofimo Lopez.
Well, Sergio, who would you say won that verbal battle today?
Ring 6 main event Saturday night.
I love how Shakur's handling this moment, so I think round 1.
Live on
goes to
DAZN.
Shakur Stevenson, in my opinion.
12 rounds of boxing
Great trash talker.
for the super
handled himself well with him.
championship
And
of the
they can talk
world.
all they want, right? But they have to really show it now in the ring 2 days away.
I think it's fair to say, maybe you'll disagree with me, Mike, but I believe that this is the best fighter Teo's ever faced, and Teo is the best fighter Shakur's ever faced.
Yeah, no question, Todd. But again, Teo's faced an elite guy, a future Hall of Famer in Vasily Lomachenko, and Josh Taylor was the Lineal and Ring Magazine champion at 140 when he beat him. Who has Shakur fought who's even on the level of a Josh Taylor?
Do you rate Shakur Stevenson higher than Josh Taylor and higher than Vasily Lomachenko?
I do. I think the style, especially the defense, I think Shakur's going to fill out really well at 140. You see his frame. He's long. He's rangy. I think he's going to be excellent.
I rate Lomachenko higher than Shakur, but Shakur's a bigger fighter, so I think that's going to be the difference. So I got to agree with you, Mike. But pound for pound, skill-wise, we're dealing with high-tech Lomachenko, who was a gold medalist in the Olympic, not silver medalist, a multi-division world champion, just like Shakur. Just different levels, different greatness. Can't take nothing away from both of them.
You know, that's a fair point, Sergio. I agree with you. I guess I'm just going off of Shakur's in his prime, and Lomachenko was not.
Well, they're both extremely confident. You could tell that right away. They're both relaxed in their confidence. Neither one of them seemed jittery. Neither one of them seemed nervous. They are ready to go. And this will be at the big building, Madison Square Garden, completely sold out. That'll be a factor. Wonder which way the crowd's going to go, Teo or Shakur.
You know, I keep thinking back to one of the fights I attended when I was still in college. Zab Judah against Miguel Cotto. We had Judah from Brooklyn. Cotto, of course, with a big Puerto Rican backing from New York. And it was like 50-50. I'm expecting the same thing on Saturday night. You're going to have Shakur's fans from New York. You're going to have Teo's fans from Brooklyn. And I'm expecting a lot of fights also outside the ring.
Earlier, we were listening to a song by Mobb Deep. There ain't no such thing as halfway crooks. Well, there ain't no such thing as halfway champs. These are two greats. These are two, well, speaking of great, Bud Crawford's in the house. What up, Bud?
Well, Sergio, you're supposed to wait until what we call he's on vision. Now here he is, ladies and gentlemen, the newly retired pound-for-pound king, Terence Crawford. Got to hit you with this one right off the top. We've been running this ad nauseum on DAZN social media. You were asked one word to describe fighters. Teofimo popped up. You said trash. Do you really believe that Teofimo Lopez is trash?
No, not at all. Not at all. Teofimo is a good fighter. You know, he's very talented. He's very athletic. You know, he's always rose to the occasion in these big moments like this. But Shakur is just on a whole nother level. And this Saturday, he's going to prove it.
What kind of fight do you think this will look aesthetically? Obviously, in the last fight, Shakur stood his ground a little bit more against William Cepeda. You don't expect him to do that against Teo, do you?
To be honest, I think he's going to do a little bit of everything. You know, I think we're going to see the best Shakur Stevenson come Saturday. And I just feel like, you know, it's going to be too much.
But Teofimo's done well against southpaws. Josh Taylor, Lomachenko. We got the southpaw here. You're a southpaw as well. Do you think Teofimo just has something that other fighters don't have against left-handers, or just think that Shakur's different level of a sniper of a southpaw?
Well, it's a little bit of both. You know, Teofimo has done real well against southpaws, but Shakur have done real well against orthodox fighters. Shakur is not the average southpaw that Teofimo has been fighting. You know, so that's why I say Shakur is levels above those fighters that he's been fighting lately.
And that's the reason he's a favorite coming into this fight.
But obviously, like, you fought at the highest level of the sport, right? You just defeated Canelo Alvarez in front of 70,000 plus, and you've been a big mentor to Shakur Stevenson. I give you a lot of credit for that. What advice have you given him as he goes into the biggest fight of his career?
Oh man, just be yourself. You know, hey, this is another day in the office, another walk in the park. You know, there's no reason to put a lot of pressure on yourself because you know what you're capable of. With the self-belief in yourself, you can do whatever you want in there, and that's what he's going to do come Saturday.
Well, Terence, we mentioned that you are retired, but you've been in the lab for, what, a couple of decades. What's retirement look like for you? Do you still go to the gym? You still working out, or you just eating like a pig? What are you doing?
Well, I ain't eating like a pig, but I still go to the gym and help out the youth and the kids and things like that. Working out, I ain't been working out.
No?
I gotta say. But
Do you feel like you're enjoying retirement more than you thought you would? Do you miss fighting more than you thought you would?
No, I'm enjoying it.
Yeah.
You know, I'm enjoying the fruits of my labor. I've been putting more time in my kids and their wrestling career and things like that, and just being able to just relax and not have to focus on other things outside of my family.
Well, thanks for stopping by. The champ is here. Terence Bud Crawford, from one great champ to another, all of them represented right here on DAZN, the global home of boxing.
I don't want no easy fights.
I'm gonna bring the violence. You don't want the smoke.
We're gonna fight, and I'm gonna beat your ass.
I don't need a spotlight.
I have a spirit of competition in me.
Vegas is gonna win this, the fall of King Ryan.
Watch me fight live on DAZN. Show me who you are.
Can't wait for this highly anticipated mega fight between Teofimo and Shakur at Ring 6 in New York City at Madison Square Garden on Saturday. Can't join us there live. Make sure you watch it exclusively on DAZN's pay-per-view. And remember, the DAZN Ultimate is the best value on DAZN right now. Get access to a minimum of 12 pay-per-view events, the best fights with the biggest fighters. Well, that will do it for us from here for now, but we'll be right back tomorrow as we come back for the weigh-ins. That's live from the theater here at Madison Square Garden. For Mike Coppinger and Sergio Mora, I'm Todd Grisham. So long from the Big Apple.
Madison Square Garden, January 31st. He's coming to win.
And he just caught him. He went down.
I'm coming to win.
Shakur Stevenson on a big left hand.
So let's make that happen. He's from Brick City. I'm from the concrete jungle.
Different cities, same skyline, same ambition.
I'm coming to conquer. Victory will be mine.
Teo's the truth. I'm the truth. I guarantee that.
Explosive, powerful. He's facing the king of 140.
Fighting like chess. Always thinking a few moves ahead.
Landing cleaner shots. Just doing great work in there.
Right hand. A game-changing right hand.
My style is calm and precise. That comes from where I'm from.
Madison Square Garden is when those paths finally meet.
Don't miss the biggest nights in MMA.
We are now set for the main event.
There's all to play for, which is so exciting. These teams have to come in here and give it their all.
Have a real nice tempo. Goes baseline, watch out.
Oh, my! Oh, baby! All the way down the runway for a big-time throwdown.
That's a lot of fans out there.
Look at
drama keeps continuing, Shelly.
This is just brilliant.
He strikes. Starts as you mean to go on.
But this is the danger of the top two guys, and that nuclear weapon that is.
Whoa, hello, goodbye. Score! In the back of the net. And shoots, score!
Of Serie A action. We'll bring you so much of it here on The Zone.
Magnificent. That is tremendous.
Catching up on any NFL game is easier than ever before.
Going deep for it all. Devontae Smith. He has got it. Touchdown.
Your Eagles are world champions again.
The Zone is the home of boxing.
Really spurs you on, gets you going. Let's make history.
Pure power.
There's no way back from this, surely.
Don't miss the biggest night in MMA.
We are now set for the main event.
There's all to play for, which is so exciting. These teams have to come in here and give it their all.